What's up, everybody? This is Daryl Smith from nerdcoremovement.com, and today we are doing my quick review for The Flash, episode 20, Rupture. And for those who don't know how this goes, it's going to be really quick. It's going to keep it short and simple. I'm going to tell you what I like, what I didn't like, and what are my speculations for the next episode. This episode for me was different, but it was still very good. This episode reminds me how you don't need the superhero to actually have his powers in the show for it to be a good episode. I liked how everybody had their own decisions, pulling Barry different ways on how and why he should or should not get his powers back, which ultimately became his own decision after what previously happened in the show. But for me, the top episode is actually I'm gonna actually have to go with Dr. Wells, just because of his cold, calculated ways on how he goes about things. He told them time and time and again, this is what Zoom's going to do. He's going to come over here. He's going to take over the police, and then he's going to gather up people after he kills the police and gather up different metahumans to do what he wants to do. And the fact that nobody was able to listen to him until he actually did those things in the episode, where it actually changed Barry's opinion on what he should do after getting his powers. At first he decided not to, and I thought the episode could have ended right there, but of course the Zoom and Rupture, who was ultimately Cisco's brother on Earth 2, decided to take on the cops and unfortunately kill that whole entire squad that was in a room except for Joe and the chief, into which if this was the perfect I told you show from Dr. Wells, saying that in order to beat Zoom, we need the Flash, to where everybody else was saying Barry doesn't need to be the Flash in order to be a good person. However, that is the last piece that makes him whole. And I thought that was very strong for this episode in particular, which ends up causing Barry to go back into the small or miniaturized particle accelerator to give him his powers back. The small back and forth speaking with Barry and all of the father figure characters that I would say in this episode were very good on giving him the pros and cons of getting his powers back and how to get his powers back. The only way was to do that is with the particle accelerator. And the fact that he brought back his dad, who was the original Flash in the shows, was very good for me, because I did like his character in the first season, giving him that motivation to get him out of prison. And the fact that with Cisco and his brother, I thought that was very good for them to bring that kind of core back together in order to kind of help understand what their family goes. Obviously, everybody has sibling rivalries, but obviously theirs is pretty bad since they don't really talk anymore as much as children. And the last one for me is still Zoom. Zoom is a fantastic villain in this episode. I had no idea how they were going to be able to top the Reverse Flash or Dr. Wells from the first season, in which you actually do, where you give us someone who not kills because he wants to kill. He's not killing because he has to. He wants to. This is what he do. This is what he loves to do. It's for fun for him to conquer these other worlds. And the fact that he still shows us that Caitlin has a little bit of say into what he does or how far he decides to take that evil until this episode. And I thought the fact that he told everybody that this is not how it's going to be. She's not going to be able to keep restraining me from what I'm doing if you guys don't follow my rules. And the big ending is he does go into the particle accelerator. The question is, where does Barry go? This is the Flash. You can't kill off the main character with 2 episodes to go in the season. The question is, where is he and when will he come back? Will it be next episode or will it be in the season finale? I personally believe that he is probably locked somewhere in the Time Force, or the Speed Force. Sorry, not Time Force. Speed Force. Just because they had to recreate that whole situation, and it, instead of putting him in the coma for 9 weeks, it kind of, because they recreated it under a certain circumstance, that it kind of transformed him and maybe separated him into different times, which is just known as the Speed Force. So we don't know where, when in time he is, what dimension he is, but I know he's obviously going to come back. The question for me is, what is Team Flash going to do now that everyone knows that he's not there? So they're obviously, the next episode is going to be how or who do we have to take on without not even the Flash itself, but now that all of the metahumans know that he's not there. So the next episode for me, will be the runaway dinosaur, which I think will be obviously with two episodes being left, this is going to be fun. I wonder how we're going to take down Zoom, if we end up going to taking down Zoom in this episode anyway. So I mean, it never seems to amaze me how every single episode in this season just gets better and better. So like with any other score so far, I'm just going to have to keep giving it a 9 out of 10 because this is still a wonderful episode in which the hero is still not there. The hero that we've seen so many times. So like I said, I'm going to give it a 9. Now, you guys can catch any of my all of my other quickies that'll be on Nerdcore Movement on all their social media websites, Nerdcore Movement, and their Twitter at Nerdcore Move with capital MOV. Me, you can check out any of my other videos on all of my social media, Instagram videos, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. All of it is just under Daryl Smith, DAROLSMITH. Got all my legal names. I will be doing some more reviews coming up. I have another for Legends of Tomorrow. And then I also will be doing Captain America Civil War quickie review. And, of course, I'll be doing a full non-spoiler review once I see it twice on Saturday afternoon. So hopefully that should be up by Saturday. Or if not, then maybe Sunday morning. So appreciate you guys for watching this one. And until next time, peace.